Steve Richards, Rich, and Jim Utter.
I noticed that you were featured in golf, one of the athletes in Golf magazine. Does this mean you've arrived as a golfer?
Oh, no. Far from it. No, it was a cool spread. Glad to be in it, but I'm still 25 handicap, and golf is a means to drinking beer for me, so it's still the same thing for me.
So no senior tour aspirations?
No, not necessarily. I am 35, though. Am I getting close to that senior status?
15 years.
Okay.
Okay, let's go. Rich,
Hi, it's Rich
Jim,
Thompson,
and
Boston
Claire.
Herald. Jimmie, can you just recount what it took to win here back in June, and is there a strategy you come in here with to face this course?
In the spring, we had a great car in the long haul, and we came down to some short runs at the end, and that really played into the two cars' hands, and we put on a good race and moved each other out of the way to fight for the win and sort things out. So, this track is so difficult because what you need for the long run, and we have a lot of long runs through the middle of the race, will not work for a 5-lap shootout. So you just have to pick your poison. Are you going to worry about the end of the race and just hope you don't go a lap down and hope you maintain decent track position, or do you work on a car like you normally do and try to make it good for an entire fuel run? Of course, we're trying to balance it, but it's a really tough thing to do here. So I would assume we're going to have short runs at the end, and we need to keep our eyes on that this weekend, make sure our car's right.
Let's go. Jim Utter and Claire, and finish with Marty.
Jim Utter, Show Observer. Jimmie, I was asking a question of Kyle Busch earlier, and he said, let me tell you what's going to happen. Jimmie Johnson's going to go out, and he's going to be top 5 in practice. He's going to be top 5 in qualifying, and he's going to be leading this race sometime on Sunday. There's a perception, at least among fans, that if you were to come back out here and win the first race, it might take the wind out of the sails of the people who are looking for someone else to win the championship this year. Do you think that perception carries over to your competitors at all, and do you even care one way or the other?
With what we've done, and I guess what I've heard through being in here week after week, that chance is there. I'm not sure if one race would really make the garage area say, oh man, the 48's there. So in my eyes, I try to think of it realistically. If we're able to run well here, Dover, get 2 or 3 races linked together, that we might be able to pick up, something like that. I sure hope I do, and I would love to put our team in that position and see if it really makes a difference or not. But early in the chase, at least in my own experience, it's easy to not get too emotionally attached to things. At the end of the chase, when you have a shot and you can see Homestead out there and you're one of the 2 or 3 guys that has a chance, your mind does a lot of weird things on you. So if I can build some momentum until then and be a player and a factor at that point, I think we can get in some heads. But until then, these guys are too strong, too smart, and I don't think they would allow that to go on.
2 more questions, Claire B. and Marty.
Claire B. Lang, Sirius NASCAR Radio. You said last week you were going to let yourself kind of go until you got to New Hampshire.
Can't
and
you
then
tell?
it was
I mean, look at the beard and the hair. Let myself go.
And then it was lockdown, mode. You were going to be like New Hampshire,
Yeah.
You've done it all different ways, when you've come into the chase. How much of it is in your mind? And, we're all making our picks. I today was thinking about you last year, and I looked at the room number that I got, and I won't even say what number it was, but are you doing all that, and is it, how different are you this week heading into New Hampshire?
I made those comments again in New York doing the media stuff, and I woke up this morning, put together a crib and put the little mobile on it and got the bathtub out and got everything set up. And then I'm like, oh yeah, we've got practice or media coming up and practice. And I know I have said that that point comes where it hits you, and it hasn't yet. So I know it's the chase. I know what's going on. I'll walk in the garage area and take my job, seriously and do everything that I need to. But each year I have had more fun in the chase, and I'm hoping that this is a sign that I'm more relaxed, enjoying the moment, and I'm going to give 100% either way. So the less I stress about things, I think the better I'm going to run, and I've seen that trend as well. So I'm excited, I'm relaxed, looking forward to the chase, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully I can be more relaxed this year, enjoy the experience, and make even better decisions yet because I'm in the right place mentally.
So you didn't even look at what time it was when you got up this morning or anything like
I jumped in the shower at 10:20 and was panicked. I'm like, oh man, I've got to get stuff I've got to get to the media center. So I was just kind of occupied doing other stuff. Yeah.
Final question, Marty.
That hair is pretty rowdy. You could use a Flowbee. What level of vulnerability do you think your team has right now compared to years past, and which competitor most concerns you entering the chase?
You know, we've had enough slow summers to where I don't feel vulnerable going into the chase. I know the tracks that are on the schedule, and we all know how good they are for me, and they all give me, a lot of hope and excitement moving forward. So I don't think that I'm any different this year than last year. Stats may show that actually this year I'm in better shape than I was last year. I can play into that stuff and let it change my mind a little bit emotionally, but either way, I know that I've got great tracks coming up. I know that we respond well to pressure, and I'm excited for it. So I feel good about things. And I'm also a realist, and I look at that two ways. One, I'm only 10 points out now, so that gives everyone actually a lot of hope, because the furthest you're out, 60. And then from there, I've got to go out and look at these final 10 as it's the start of the season. We're at Daytona again, or we're wherever again. It has started over. And it's, I'm not going to stress about the past. I'm not going to carry baggage in from the regular season. And I hope my team doesn't. I feel confident with the conversations we've had. We're all on the same page, and we're on a clean sheet of paper, and it's time to go.
Jimmie,
what was
thank
the
you.
second part?
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
Concerns me the most. I know we say this every year that we're up here, and we say everyone has a chance, but honestly, it's a wide. There's a wide group of guys that can win this thing. We've seen the Stuart Haas stuff coming along. Roush cars are fast again. RCR cars have been great. Gibbs cars have been good, and Denny's been a little streaky like I have, but the 18 has been real consistent lately. Denny's coming off of a win, and it's going to be exciting. I've got my teammate Jeff. He's been real consistent all year long, and I put a lot of weight in a past champion's hands when it comes to a championship battle. You've been there, done that, and you know how to deal with the pressures that come with it. So I think it's going to be a really good chase.
Jimmie, thank you so much, and enjoy your birthday.